dashes, circles around you, protected by three basically huge tanks in that aspect. I mean, RSG, lots of work cut out for them. I think I'm really itching to see like JPL being very aggressive in the early game. We'll see how Yon responds.
Yep, with that all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right in over to game number 1 of RSGSG versus Npfl here in MPLSG Season 8.
I really like this, man. Abstract and Churros, I gotta admit, I feel like Youngin is kind of taken aback about how the drafting goes. Like, if you notice the whole draft, it's Zarate that's leading the charge. They got 2 prior picks, the Hylos and also the Zask. It's really work cut out for them, right?
Mm-hmm. At this point in time, it really just boils down to if you pick the mostly the kind of checkmate call is more of the high-loss pick, right? Whenever you pick the high-loss, you're essentially telling the opponents, yeah, you can't really pick the Zask at this point in time because I literally have a high-loss. I will tank up the entire Dominator's Descent. So what's going to be your answer then? So at least when it comes down to Youngin, he made his choice of getting himself the Fanny as well as the Juicin. That pretty much means that Npfl would then pivot away from a hardcore AoE team comp such as a the Golden Trio between the Harif, the Juicin, as well as the Minotaur. But now that the Juicin is not available for RSGSG, Npfl have got this composition working out for them.
Well, I think how this is going to play out is Npfl is going to desperately try to shift attention away from the gold lane. Diablo is definitely going to have a very nice little stalemate with Closer because both of them are basically tanks. You don't really get your power spike until level 4, so we'll see a very huge skirmish on that, but hold on.
Hard invade already. That's also going to be the concussive blast. Yunsky get brought down low just a little bit. Has to recall.
Actually, very good call from JPL. Try to force out the flicker early. Even though you don't get that kill, Hades is going to be safe for now, but here comes Yon.
Coming in, Hades dashes over the wall. That could have been an assassination. It could be a little bit of problem about the side Npfl, but still A-okay for now.
The main idea that we want to see from RSGSG is that we will want to see the very generic rotation coming in, right? The Roamer take the middle lane, and then the mages eventually hit himself down to the bottom lane, which is something that we are definitely looking at. Npfl is already going to be the first team that has managed to get themselves all of them level 4, but we need to hold it down until the junglers themselves reaches level 5, which in this case is going to be the case.
Yunsky, that's going to be onward, and the Earth Shatter is Diablo joining in the fray. That's going to be Hades picking up the first blood. You're not going to trigger, but hold on a second. Roy pulling the horsey all the way back, Closer doing a lot of damage. Diablo getting tossed like ragdoll. The glorious pathway, it's the only thing that left him alive, but not for long. Closer will be able to find that kill.
That was such a good positioning from JPL. Waited at the bush. He knows that Yunsky is going to face check that bush. He's going to follow him, push him in, securing that first blood, waiting for Hades to come in and getting that kill.
Okay, that's also going to be in the knockup as well. And also the penalty zone. Hades picking up the turtle while the massacre is going. Yunsky, the battery. No, the punching back of RSG goes down. Y'all will be able to trade for JPL. It's a Roamer for now. But in terms of kill score and also turtle, it's still Npfl leading the charge.
Messy fight. Like, JPL, I think in the first fight, after first blood, he wasted that implosion, so it was a little bit of a misplay coming in from JPL, forcing that flicker out just to save himself, but Yon actually found the right target and taking that one out. Npfl just got that turtle in the end, so far, still even Stevens as of now. I don't see much going on for either side. It could be anyone's game.
It's a very simple game plan for the both of these two teams at the start, right? Being able to find a pick-off onto the opponents and then eventually allow the funnel to work out for the assassins if the assassin is actually around the place. So at least when it comes down to kills alone, right? We are actually looking at Npfl that does have it a little bit better with Hades getting himself a total of 2 kills while Yon only have got a single kill to his name. This will all eventually become a bigger deal once Npfl, or rather once the time eventually runs down the clock, maybe down to 6 minutes to 8 minutes into the game.
Oh. JPL waiting for CS. They know the rotation's coming in. Yunsky taking a lot of damage.
It's going to be a shower as well. JPL get knocked up sky high. Implosion will be activated. Yunsky goes down. Hades goes in. Also trying to spin for the win right here. Hades jumps into the Temple of the Blades. Dominant descent descending upon RSG. Courtesy escapes, but that's still Yunsky going down once again for the count.
Oh, JPL read them like a book. Diablo just keeping Closer at bay, preventing him from going into the mid lane because RSG is trying to balance as much farm as they can. CS going down to mid lane. lane, just funneling him as much as possible. He needs his Holy Trinity just to get on board. 5 seconds till the turtle spawns up. They're still in the gold lane. CS actually almost falling to Vanix.
So with the turtle currently available for both sides to kind of posture up, Npfl is the one that have got 4 members that is going to be right down here in the turtle's pit. While Yunsky is going to be the only one just tagging along with Npfl, but it all boils down to if whether RSGSG will want to contest for this, which in this case, no, they are not going to.
Yeah, Yon was just way out of position. It would have been a very huge loss for them if they were to be really aggressive. So just giving that turtle, I think, gives them a little bit of momentum down the jungle. I was hoping for JPL to be a little bit more aggressive towards that Fanny, but no, he's actually very open and aggressive towards Yunsky. I think that is the Achilles heel for the side of RSG. He's watching where Yunsky goes.
You talk about Yunsky, there you go. He's actually going to get pushed by JPL once again. Out of 3 kills that Npfl has secured, Yunsky is that 3.
It's all Yunsky, but Hades taking a lot of damage.
The Battle of the Assassins coming in. CS coming in to also tag team just a little bit. Tempest of Blade just to get on out. Nice dodge right here. CS maybe looking for more. Gets Law and Order by Diablo as well. Roy drags a Nightmare Spawn for some weird reason, but that's okay. Npfl is still in the game for now.
It's a very messy rotation coming in for RSG. They're panicking right now. They're forcing Claw to be going down to the bottom lane because he's losing to Vanix. Vanix pushing now on the top side. It's an evil trade as of now.
Trade indeed. Law and Order, Yunsky right there. Nothing to be done here at the bottom lane. RSG will rotate. Top side, Npfl applying a lot of pressure. First turret already taken away by Npfl.
Yeah, CS just losing a lot of time, watching down to the bottom side, taking the mid side kills. But I think I saw the itemizations. He's only got like 1 core item. Npfl is slowly building that up. There's no massive team fights happening as of now. I'm hoping that this turtle, once that top lane has been popped, Vanix is going to rotate down that mid side, so preparing for that turtle.
Law and Order being found, implosion onto 2. Purify will be activated by Roy just to get on out, but get meets by the Dominator Descent as well. Yunsky once again goes down for the count, and Hades coming and picking up that kill. Already a mega kill already. Hades, woo, top of the blade, just on to get on the wall there. Yon, the cables doesn't connect. Hades get on the way alive, healing all the way using the Heart's Claws.
Oh, the cavalry's here, protecting Hades. Man, this is the chemistry that Npfl is showing. JPL, I wasn't expecting that implosion. He waited for 2 men to come in. No flicker needed. He just pushed everyone together.
At this point in time, it really just boils down to RSGSG unable to really get their mage in the game. When it comes down to Yunsky playing onto Edith, it does seem like Edith is constantly finding himself in very unfortunate positioning. As such, Roy is really not able to just kind of open up the map together with Yunsky. Because the main thing that we want to see between these two is
that's also going to be it. Yon has to cable out. Banix just dashing in on the Zaman Force as well. Diablo joining in the fray just a little bit more. Glorious Pathway will be committed. Diablo goes in all the way deep. Gets dragged by CS. And Roy, Diablo getting go in the punching bag. Vengeance will be activated. JPL looking for an angle. A closer comes in from the penalty zone. That's going to be CS taking out JPL. Unfortunately, alongside with his Diablo. Curtisi goes in with a Nightmare Spawn. Goes into Dominator's Descent right underneath the turret. Looking at closer. The Earth Shadow to slow it down. Curtisi doesn't really have to cover over the ultimate. And Npfl has to back off, losing 2.
That doesn't matter. It's a macro play. All of the entirety of that fight, Hades was just pushing down that bottom side. RSG has to respond, losing out two side lane turrets. Yon taking a lot of damage from Hades already. And Npfl, they know how to scale. They know how to snowball. It's just an unlucky death, but they're still in the game.
It's interesting that Diablo just decides to do that, because usually you see Diablo, he wants to go in really deep right underneath the enemy lines and then just do a lot of damage. But this time around, he's sacrificing himself because Hades is just outputting so much damage as well. Glorious Pathway. Diablo goes in Law and Order. Roy should not be there as well. Good TT, that's also going to be the stun. Roy jumps into ultimate as well, and Npfl disengages.
Putting all their resources on the purple buff. They know Yon is... He's basically handicapped. No purple buff. At RSG, they're just scrambling. They know that Hades is fighting like a fighter. That's the Thunder Belt being built up. He's looking to scale. But there's aggressiveness coming in. I thought he would end it early.
I'm actually kind of surprised how the fact that Npfl is able to kind of move together as a very stacked 5. without being punished at all, considering the fact that RSG, they actually do have the answers to these kind of 5-man stack, being Roy, Closer, and Yunski's what was Earth Shatter, right? There's actually a lot of answers to what Npfl is trying to do, but RSGSG just doesn't seem like they are able to draw the line between them and Npfl, and Npfl just keeps on trembling down on the RSG. It kind of feels that confidence is definitely key, and RSG just don't have the confidence to kind of stand their ground and tell Npfl
That's a
to
good
get away.
play.
Oh,
Catching
nice.
Yunski is going to be CS jumping out just in the nick of time. Vanix will be credited for the kill. The Lord is already not right now, and Hades still kills the Lord. Unfortunately, Yon flies in, but has to fly out. If not, he's going to be down. But Vanix, that damage still connects. Dominates the descent, just canceling out Roy. Roy getting caught in an awkward position right here. RSG slowly getting decimated by an IP Flash. That's a wipeout. That's a Lord taken down by an IP Flash.
Oh, Npfl. Oh man, JPL actually made the right call. He know that they needed Roy to pop his Purify, pop his ultimate just to get out of position away from CS, taking him down first, and then Yunski quick to follow as well. So that was such an immaculate play. I didn't know why RSG won a contest for this Lord. They should have just gave it because Yarn was so far away. They know that they can't contest for a lot of these major team fights, because what do you do when a horse is running straight to your face?
And not to forget, when it comes down to the level gap as well, right? Yon is currently only at level 13. The retribution damage is not as much as Npfl is. But in the meantime,
JPL getting caught, still catching 2 members with the implosion. 4 members left on the side of Npfl, but they do have the Lord to act as a player number 5.
We're marching down the top side.
Yeah, that's a random kill onto Hades. So that is definitely a great one for the side of RSG. They did manage to pick up a kill on the Hades.
Okay.
So at least this is going to give them a little bit of breather space.
Yep, and at the very least, RSG is still going to stabilize just a little bit. That pickup is extremely good for RSG. Defending the Lord, that first Lord is supposed to at least clear out all the second tier turrets. RSG still kept theirs. So they're still in the game, technically speaking. But Npfl, this is their turn to basically try to regain map control.
Yeah, Npfl was at 5,000 gold lead at their peak. Right now, it's half of that. And RSG is slowly coming back. I think they found out the counterplay situation to how to take out Npfl. JPL is always in the front foot. He's always checking the brushes. Take him out first, and then maybe we'll go for a nice little kill outside of that map. And RSG is doing that really, really well.
And in the meantime, down in the middle lane, it definitely seems as though Npfl wants to posture up for a little bit more priority over the entire river line. And just kind of keeping RSG at bay so that they would not be able to kind of cross the river line, because that is literally where Npfl is trying to hold up every single one of their creeps. Just suffocate RSG from any form of farm, and Npfl would want to slowly and very steadily be able to get themselves more of a gold lead, which as we speak, currently we're looking at about 2,600 gold advantage. Not that huge for a 12-minute game, but eventually Npfl, if they keep up with this gap, I think that they should be able to get an even bigger gap.
We're stepping into the late game. This is CS's game right now. It's like, if he doesn't die... Oh, hold on.
Law and Order right in the face as well. That's a lot of damage. If Yon just misplayed that one, has to go back into base. Npfl just biting back, but CS getting caught on its own. BMI just to get out there. The RSG is literally playing with fire.
Yeah, and I think Vanix has that damage to just try to burst down Yon, but this is going to be a very, very crucial Lord for Npfl. RSG could very well contest for it. They've got the ultimates ready, especially for Closer's penalty zone. You need to be able to just hyper-focus their attention on the main damage dealers, and then a tank can do nothing.
Diablo, Ring of Punishment, just zoning everybody out. Roy, Npfl this time around, it's taking a slightly different approach. There's not a lot of aggression coming out. They've learned that, hey, RSG can hurt, and Npfl is going to play safe.
All about the counter engage from the side of Npfl, while they're just still going to be holding on to the aggro of the Lord. A little bit of a cha-cha per se. Diablo is taking quite a lot of damage just solely from the Lord.
Yunski
might not be good.
Okay, catching Curtisi right here. Glorious Pathway, making sure everybody from the side of Npfl staying alive. The Lord getting bunched down just a little bit. Hades still securing that. Yon a little bit slow, and now Closer is still a little dig. Members from the side of Npfl, they're going to get focused onto JPL instead, but nobody from the side of Npfl lost, and Yunski and also tag team with CX. Vanix taking a lot of damage this time around from the auto attack. Curtizi and Hades, the terrible duo for the side of NIP Flash, will be able to secure Roy and that kill. 3 members from the side of RNG already down. Yusuke, one more dot. Yon coming in to try to save his teammate right here. Hades dashes across the wall, just playing with Yon on the cables, and it's massive coming off on NIP Flash.
What a play from Hades! I wasn't expecting him to dash over the wall. No, you can't. No, you can't touch me.
Can touch this, literally.
Man, with the Lord secured, Hades was actually so smart because Closer was in the backside, trying to delay the approach, waiting for Yon to come in, but Yon was a little bit too slow. Hades got that Lord, and now NIP Flash again leading up on that economy and pushing down that top side.
We are 50 minutes into the game. The Lord is now going to be marching into the top lane, plundering and pillaging everything that RSG holds dear. And surprisingly, RSG is actually moving out of their base to actually take this Lord down. Definitely not going to be an all-out push down onto the Lord, but at least at the backside, Yon is, of course, trying to defend a little bit onto the mid lane turret. They're not going to hold much of a candle against NIP Flash at this point in time, looking at the 3,300 gold gap. But NIP Flash is just waiting for the right opportunity to eventually just jump right in.
Surprisingly, RSGSG is defending this really well, right? The Lord's, that's an enhanced Lord. It's already taken down at the top side. Yes, this doesn't crack the top side, but bottom lane though is still, RSG's turret, second tier turret is still standing. Hold on a second. That's going to be Hades getting dragged just a little bit out of position. Temples of Blades will be able to allow him to escape for now. Yon maybe looking for some form of pickup. That's also going to be going pathway. NIP Flash will put the trigger onto the top side instead, and Diablo taking a lot of that punishment from the damage of RSG. And NIP Flash has to try to get all the way. Diablo getting dragged all the way back. Yon now putting damage. Look at Diablo still maintaining a lot of pressure, buying a lot of time for NIP Flash to buy his escape.
Oh, that was such a nasty play from Roy. Just focus his fire on Diablo. Yeah, you might have left RSG, but we're still here. We want you back. Come on in. And that's what they did precisely there. I'm just thinking, like, NIP Flash has a very strong split push composition. You can just put Vanix, JPL, Cortese, and Diablo just together and just force a team fight as 4 men. Why doesn't Hades go for the split push? It's because Yon has that damage to immediately take him down. And so I think they're playing it very passively. They know they want to take down and open up the side lane turrets, but they want to play it like a sort of like a 4-man team fight down on the neutral objectives, especially the turrets.
You know, the funny thing is, I actually feel that they didn't go for the split push. Definitely, when it comes down to the Fanny part, it is definitely very true. But a big part of me feels that NIP Flash, they are kind of toying with their food. They're not exactly having the right kind of communications as I was expecting, because there are definitely a lot more times whereby Hades decided to kind of do things solo Romeo kind of thing by just jumping into the opponents for no reason and then just using the Tempest of Blades, which would of course be a lot better for an upcoming team fight.
Yeah.
NIP Flash, they could have ended this game a lot sooner, but it kind of feels as though they're probably looking at something else as a matter of fact.
Oh, JPL pulls the trigger right there. Yunsky immediately getting bursted down, but jumped onto by 5 members of the side of NIP Flash. That's the Roma already gone from the side of RSG.
40 seconds on death timer. That's a free Lord over to NIP Flash. Doesn't look like RSG wants to contest for this, or nor they can.
Unless Yon tries to come in, but look at Diablo's positioning. Law and Order right in the face. Yon has to get on the right, cables around, but just overshoots just a little bit. NIP Flash showing down onto the Lord push right here. Yon getting a lot of damage now. RSG will need to try to play for time. Cortese still secures the Lord. Yon, he tries to steal, but the theft has been apprehended.
A ring around a Rosie. When Yon did manage to kind of keep NIP Flash in kind of a leash, I think that he did actually not too bad. Just kind of making sure that the opponents just don't whittle down the Lord all that much. In fact, it is actually kind of a lucky pickup to a certain extent that Cortese is the one that actually gotten the Lord. But regardless, they did manage to get the Lord. That is all fine and dandy. We are going to be looking at the Lord marching up to the top side, and NIP Flash ought to be able to end the game right now.
Just look at that, Churros.
Yeah.
Cortese and Hades, the indomitable duo right there. High up on the damage dealt chart.
Yeah, I'm actually, my eyes is on CS. Out of all these fights, Claude was never in. He's always going to look for that push.
Okay, speak about pushing, bottom lane getting pushed out already. No defense coming off from RSG for now. NIP Flash, they're just literally like what Abstract was just talking about. They're just toying with the food. 2 lanes already marching in. Mid lane is getting worked on by the side of NIP Flash.
With the middle lane now being threatened down. Hades though, Tempest of Blade.
JPL, implosion onto Munda. 9 penalties onto 2 to 4 people from the side of NIP Flash. But it's all for naught because NIP Flash is leading the bulwark, it's leading the charge. Again, RSG, the glorious pathway to allow them to basically heal up. Just stand in the green carpet and you shall heal. And NIP Flash put a dent onto RSG SG's base. And now this time round, Yon trying to spin to defend. And now it's RSG defending against the Indomitable double Titans.
Vanix already have his Summon Force back again, so if they would want to continue this fight, they can definitely do so.
Yep, they can definitely do so. Yon as well, just spinning for the kill. Hades will be able to pick up their Roman right here. No more peel. Vanix still does have the immortality, but a minute marching down onto RSG's base as NIP Flash picks up game number 1.
Vanix eating up all of those damage, just skirts around everyone. NIP Flash securing the first game.